Hi friends, this is Maggie. So I have another video for you guys. I actually completed 2 pages of my Chick Sparrow traveling notebook, which is this one here, and I wanted to show you that on the video that you are seeing, it shows like I have the final page for the second page that I created, but I actually did a change and I'll show that to you. I'm also trying to catch up with all of my journals and planners, so I've been doing pages here and there, and I wanted to share with you guys how I put them together. Pretty simple, because I reorganized my room in a way that it's easy for me to now find my craft paper by colors. My stencils, I have them now in a binder. So I'm going to do a separate video of my craft room, but more of the changes that I've done that works best for me, and it helps me to quickly put a page together and not worry about trying to find the colors and stuff like that, or stencils. Just find them quickly. A lot of times you get discouraged looking for things that you cannot find, so I'm constantly want to have them close to me, nice and organized. So I'm going to do a video about that, but I wanted to share what I have so far, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to turn the camera down so you guys can see. Okay, so this is my Chick Sparrow traveler's notebook that I worked on 2 pages. I wanted to show that to you guys. I completed just a journal. This is kind of my thoughts and prayer journal here. So here I write a little bit more. Sometimes I play with the pages depending if I don't have much to say or write. I play and I do some pages there, but this is something that is way a lot of pages. It's more different, but I did work on this first page. This is from the insert that I needed to work on, so I worked on this one. This is something I did separate on watercolor that I drew and I color and I cut her and pasted there. This is a stamp. This is something that I wrote down and I cut it and I pasted there. And the same thing here, I drew the flower and lift it up here and pasted there. And then this is one of those gel prints that I completed, and I thought it went well with this color, and so all I did was just write something, and then with my Sharpie I just went ahead and did a line and a little dot line, and that creates a nice little border around it. And then this was a stencil that I went around it, and I used like the gray ink stamp to just do that border around it. Now the page that I show in the video that was kind of gray, it kept bothering me because I wanted the colors. I was using these colors. These are cheap watercolors that I have that I purchased in Target. It's called Handmade, and I love the box. And it has these colors that are more like neon colors, so I wanted to use those bright colors for this project. But when I added the gray background on my butterfly, it wasn't really doing any justice with the colors, so I went completely with a different color, and I'm going to show you that. I went with black. And so what I did is I went ahead and I colored everything black, even around the embossing that I did here. I went and I did the black around it, and then with the white marker I did those little dots. This was also a something that I had created that I cut and glued there. The butterfly was created straight from the page, and then I used my little Memo little printer to print the typewriter, and then wrote a couple of sentences here. And then I worked on June the 13th, so I wrote I used a stencil to write 13 there. So that is my 2 pages for my stencil that I worked on. And so right after I'm done with this, showing you some of the pages that I have completed on my other planners and journals, I'll go into the process of creating this so you guys can see that. The other planner that I worked on is the one that is out and about with me all the time, which I happen to love this a lot. It's so comfortable. What I did was, this is my calendar. And now that I have that little Fomemo printer, now I can print the calendars that are there, which are real tiny, and I can use that for, you know, my future pages. Once I finish with December, I'll just start January using that the little printer with the calendars. Then this is what I worked on. So I know that you've seen this page and that one too. I just added a butterfly and a text there. Then here, what I'm doing, I was planning to just leave the back pages. These are not great pages for watercolor, and sometimes you just can't see the back. So I was planning to leave it blank, but then I said, it holds the watercolor. It doesn't go through if I'm careful and I don't use a lot of water or really dark colors and I add too much to the page. They won't bleed through. So I've been going through the back of them and adding something to it. Like here, I just wrote something there and then just kind of did a flower with a little gray background. And then here, you've seen her. I went ahead and I just added this. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. I think that's all. And then here is I drew the bicycle and did the little flowers and all that. Come to find out, I have a stencil, a stamp that's exactly like, not with the flowers. It's just the bicycle. I could have stamped the bicycle and just created the basket with the flowers, which is just little dots here that looks like they're little flowers in there. But this was fun. I could have used the stamp instead of drawing it, but this is good for me to practice so I could get better. Now this one is when you do the Concord, which is the one that when you're drawing, and I looked at a flower arrangement, real flower arrangement, and then what you do is you don't lift your pen. You draw the things, and when you get here, you come here, you never lift your pen, and this is how you get this type of drawing, which I love because it's kind of an abstract type of drawing. It's not real detailed, which, you know, I like this more. And you just keep going and keep going, and if you forgot the branch, you come back in the same line and create the branch or the little leaf. And then when you're adding color to it, just splash where you think it needs to have the shadows or something in the middle. Just splash. You can be outside the lines, like here I'm outside the lines, and it's not even a leaf, it's part of the petal, but I don't care. I wanted to introduce that green in it, which makes it look nice, and a little splash of blue here and there, and this comes out, which I thought that was kind of nice. So this is what I'm doing with I worked on my day-to-day planner. Now this is my Chick Sparrow Pocket Traveler's Notebook. Then on my, I was in Barnes and Noble and I saw this little book. It was about $10, and it says it's called What Is That Flower? And it has all these flowers, and it has close up. Like I did one. Hold on, I did this one. I sketched it here. See? So this flower is this one here. I don't like this paper. It's not good at all for watercolor, but I played with it until it didn't look so bad. I just added a little tip in, but that's vellum paper, and just added some stickers there. And here's a verse that I just glue and stick there and wrote something here. But I'm using this book to like when I go to Pinterest and I'm looking at something that I want to draw, I'm using this book so that I can see the details, and it's kind of nice. It has all kinds of flowers, but believe it or not, I was looking for roses and it doesn't have no roses, which I thought that was kind of disappointing in a way because I like roses, but it's okay. But it has all these different flowers I haven't even seen, and it shows me how their frame is, so when I'm drawing it, I can, I have something, a guide. So anyway, the planner, this is my YouTube planner, and this is where I write my, and I did a video on this. I changed it. It used to be this is a Jane Davenport planner, and I used it for that year, and I wanted to use something different or do something a little bit different and turn this into a planner for my YouTube channel. And so I write every time I'm doing a video. I try to be consistent. Sometimes I skip it, but I'll put the title like birthday page and my thoughts and how to create the birthday page. And but I also play with the page and add, you know, these are stamps, and I just stamped them there. I put flowers just to make it look pretty. Here was just little dots of and this was acrylic paint. So it was just an acrylic paint, like circles here, and then you turn them into faces. And that's what this is done a lot by Jane Davenport, and this was kind of fun. It was the first time I said, oh, let me try this, and I just put all this set of pages, and you try to always make it different, not just straightforward, but you know, either looking down, looking up. So anyway, and this page here, not that one. That's kind of the videos itself and the thoughts as I'm creating them, and I'm supposed to put dates to see when I release them. So I keep forgetting about that. But then here is just, you know, when I write my thoughts, okay, you should be, maybe your next one should be this, and that. But and I do kind of the same thing. I play with the page. But this one here, after I organized my room, I was able to just put these pages real quick because I had the grade. I had the gray drawing, and I only used the gray and black to just create her real quickly. And I wanted to put a complement. The color green usually goes well with purple, so I just went into my new organized craft paper, went into everything that was purple. Actually not even one, but a couple of them that I was having a hard time deciding which one to use as her background. I ended up using the little dots. And the same thing here is, once you know what you have and you know what colors goes with what, you can just paste it there at your sticker or your drawing or whatever. This is a sticker. This is a little rib paper from the stencils, and this is one of my drawings that I watercolor. So that's what I have been doing that. Now my work planner is this one, and this one I have to prepare it for every week that I work. But I wanted to show you this page here, because this here, okay, sorry about that, I had to take a phone call. But anyway, this is the page, and what I did is this was one of those stencils, not stencils, the gel print that I had extra, and it was just the little blocks and the white in between, and I love it. I didn't want to rip it. I wanted to come up with something, so I added and I glued one of my flowers here that I drew and colored, and then in between the white spaces I wrote stuff and added a little sticker here. No, this is one of my stamps. Oh, not my stamp, but one of the stamps that I have from a face, and then a flower that's a sticker, and that was it. And I just from that background, this is what it came about to. So these are the kind of stuff I'm doing just to keep me practicing and enjoying, you know, when you work on a page and you're looking at something and you have a pretty page. So now I think that's it. I am done, and we're just gonna go straight into the video, and I hope you guys like this. Thanks, bye.